The King. The King of Kings. On your knees, dog.
So a lot of people who know me probably knows that I'm a very, very big Battlefield fan, an avid Battlefield fan. The very first time I played Battlefield was the first Battlefield game on PC, and I wasn't very good at it. And at that time, I was still kind of getting used to playing an online shooter. And as I was playing Battlefield, and I fell in love with it immediately. And I didn't really put a lot of time into the earlier Battlefield games. I didn't really start getting into Battlefield fully and committedly until Bad Company 2. That's when I got into Battlefield and it became a love. Before, it was just something I did every now and then because it was a good game. But then with Bad Company 2, it was like, yo, I really enjoy this game. This game is really fun. I was playing Battlefield Bad Company 2 so much and so often, and it became the most dominant game that I was playing online on 360. You know, I wasn't playing it on PC, and that's how I met a lot of my friends. I met the OJ360 through Bad Company 2. I met Leon Trotsky through Bad Company 2. I met Prophecy and a lot of UTS guys. I've met them through meeting people who I met in Bad Company 2. So without Battlefield Bad Company 2, I wouldn't be in UTX because I probably wouldn't met all these other people. And without that, I probably wouldn't be where I am now when it comes to gaming or YouTube. So Battlefield itself has a very huge part in my life. Battlefield is very important to me. It's a very important game. It's a very important franchise. It's one of my top 5 favorite shooters of all time when it comes to a franchise. So it's one of my favorite franchises in general. So when I tell you that Battlefield is not the same game now as it was back then, understand I'm not some new person to Battlefield who just started playing Battlefield 4, and they played Battlefield 1, then Battlefield 5, and they're like, oh, Battlefield isn't good anymore. No, I'm still been playing Battlefield for a very long time. I've been playing Battlefield, you know, since the beginning of the game's franchise, and I've been playing Battlefield, you know, a lot. I've put a lot of hours into, you know, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 1942, put a lot of hours in Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, put a lot of hours into these games. So when I say right now Battlefield is not in a good position, usually when I make these kind of videos, my point isn't to just trash a game. I want to talk about what was good, but the point is things went bad. So let's ask that question: what went wrong with Battlefield as a franchise? Not just Battlefield, you know, 5, Battlefield 1, which is to me are the 2 weakest Battlefield games. Even though I would also say Hardline was probably one of the worst Battlefield games, but in general, what went wrong with Battlefield? Now, I'm going to get this out of the way because I know people are going to be like, oh, I enjoy Battlefield 5, I enjoy Battlefield 1. This is my opinion. I'm not telling you anything other than my own opinion. Opinions aren't facts. Opinions are just opinions. So if you enjoy Battlefield 5, good for you. If you enjoy Battlefield 1, good for you. If you enjoy Hardline, good for you. That is okay. For me personally, those are the 3 worst Battlefield games. And for me personally, these things I'm going to talk about are what's dragging this franchise back. So what inspired this video was recently they announced that Rush is going to be a limited game mode in Battlefield 5. And that pissed me off because Rush is my favorite Battlefield game mode. From Bad Company 2 till now, I put majority of my hours of Battlefield playing into Rush. It's, to me, probably the best game mode Battlefield has to offer. I like Conquest, don't get me wrong, but Rush was always there's something about Rush. There's a stink to Rush that I really liked, that I really enjoyed. You know, Conquest can go a lot of different ways, but Rush, I feel like when it came to winning in Rush, it took more skill to win in Rush, in my opinion, to how I feel when it came to playing Rush. So you have this classic Battlefield game mode that's been in the game for so long in this limited event in Battlefield 5. Like when someone does a limited game mode, think of like Halo. Halo would do like, oh, for a week you have sniper doubles or rockets only, not team deathmatch for a week or big team battle for a month. Those are core game modes. They're not temporary events. So why is Rush a temporary event? And Battlefield 5 has had like such a lot of weird things with it since it's came out, and Battlefield 5 itself has had a shaky launch in general. So from the day it launched till now, it's just been shaky when it came to Battlefield 5. And you know, you have to ask that question: what is going on with DICE and with EA and with this franchise, to where it's not the same thing it used to be. Battlefield is not Battlefield anymore. It's not the same vehicle heavy, action packed, strategic experience, but for a casual but also hardcore audience. Right now, Battlefield, in my opinion, after Battlefield 3, something happened with EA and DICE where they decided to go, less Battlefield, more Call of Duty. And they wanted that Call of Duty money. Now, at the same time as Battlefield 3's launch, not launch, but like at a few years after Battlefield 3 launched, and before the Xbox One, PS4 came out, there was a turn in gaming online where everyone was like, we have to get the Call of Duty cash. We have to get the Call of Duty money. We have to change our games to better suit the casual crowd so we can get the Call of Duty money. Because Black Ops 2 was so successful and so beloved, and it was such a huge game and such a huge launch that every game after that wanted to be just like a Call of Duty game. They wanted to have that money. Call of Duty was making so much cash, everyone wanted to get in on it. So what happened? Yeah, people like Epic Games, they made Gears of War Judgment and Gears of War 3. Gears of War 3 was still a good game, but you started seeing a little dumbing down in the skill in Gears of War. Gears of War 3 took less skill than Gears of War 1 and 2, but it was still a fun game. But reason why it took less skill is because they wanted to make the game easier for casuals to get into. So with Gears of War Judgment, they went even further than that. With Gears of War Judgment, they decided to make it even more casual friendly, and it took out, in doing that, took out the soul of Gears of War. Gears of War lost its stink, it lost its oomph, it lost its soul by being a casual game, and it killed Epic Games when it comes to them making Gears of War games. After Judgment, Epic no longer did Gears of War games. Gears of War got put on the shelf. A new company was created to make Gears of War for Xbox One, and that's because they tried to get that Call of Duty crowd and it failed. Halo. Now, even though I love Halo 4, I think Halo 4 is the best Halo game in terms of like overall, completion, campaign, multiplayer, things like that. It also suffered in the same situation as these games. Halo 4 got a little bit more casual. The game got more fast paced. That's what Call of Duty does. Call of Duty is a twitch shooter. It's fast paced. It's all about action. It's all about being casual, pick up and play. So when Gears of War and Halo made these changes to their games, they got faster paced. They got more casual, and it hurt those games. People who are hardcore Halo fans were like, I'm not feeling this fast paced Halo, so I'm not gonna play it anymore. So Battlefield became, it was a smaller trickle. Gears of War, Judgment was just boom right here, casual game, it's not good. Halo 4 was boom, casual game is good, but hey, it's still casual. So Battlefield, it trickled. It wasn't like a huge boom, here's a casual game. You got Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 4, it was still a good Battlefield game. It was still Battlefield. You felt you were playing Battlefield. Tanks, LAVs, boats, jets, all these different kind of aircraft, so helicopters. And you had your ground games with your soldiers. You had big maps, small maps, Levolution, Siege of Shanghai, buildings falling down. It felt like Battlefield, but it did just a little bit get a little bit easier. It did feel like they made a little bit of a change to make it a little bit more casual friendly, but it kept its soul. Then Battlefield 1 came out, and it kind of lost more of that soul. It started to become a little bit weird. It wasn't a bad game, but it felt weird. It didn't feel like a Battlefield game. Now, I'm ignoring Hardline. I'm not gonna talk a lot about Hardline because I don't care about Hardline, because this to me is more of an offshoot Battlefield game than an actual Battlefield game. So we're gonna skip past Hardline entirely. So we're sticking with getting on top of Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1, to me, its biggest flaw was not that it was a casual game. It was that at the time Battlefield 1 came out, the gaming community changed between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. Battlefield 4, people were still playing Battlefield the way it's meant to be played. PTFO, play the fucking objective. That's what Battlefield 1 lacks. Battlefield 1, you play Rush, you play Conquest. People just want to sit back and snipe. No one's playing the objective. And that suffered, the game suffered from that. The game suffered because of that casual need to just sit back and snipe. People wanted those clips of sniping and things like that. Another thing issue with Battlefield 1, it didn't have good maps. I feel like Battlefield 1's maps were not very good. And if you think I'm just some kind of Battlefield hater, I have a video on here reacting to Battlefield 1's trailer, and I thought it was going to be amazing. I thought it was going to be a great game. but it wasn't. The war stories were okay, they were decent. They weren't really anything special. They're just kind of short and just there. And I don't like the guns. To me, you have like what, maybe 4 or 5 guns in the actual game, and everything else is just different variations of the exact same gun. And I mentioned before that Battlefield 1's biggest flaw was being a World War I game, because you limit your technology. A lot of people say that makes it more balanced, but to me, limited technology is less fun to me. I'm not saying it gotta be futuristic, but when you only have 5 guns, it's not fun. When you only have 2 tanks, it's not fun. Your options for aircraft is limited. That's not fun. So with Battlefield 5, when I played the beta for that, I felt like I was not playing Battlefield. I felt like I was playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, but in the Battlefield universe, Battlefield skin. It wasn't Star Wars, just Battlefield. And what that translates into is being Call of Duty. Battlefield dumbed down their game so much to try to get the casual crowd, to try to get that easy Call of Duty cash, that Battlefield 5 does not feel like Battlefield at all. Battlefield 1 still had some kind of Battlefield must to it, even though it felt like it wasn't Battlefield entirely. It still had that shell of being a Battlefield game. Battlefield 5 feels like it has no Battlefield in it whatsoever. It doesn't feel like it has any Battlefield soul. You bring in eliminations, which is basically, every one kill counts. Basically, if you eliminations it's an Overwatch thing. If you're shooting someone Overwatch and then someone else kills them, it still counts as your kill because it's an elimination instead of a kill. And Battlefield does the exact same thing, and to me that takes away from it. And the game itself just doesn't feel like Battlefield. So, in my opinion, what went wrong with Battlefield is they tried to get that Call of Duty cash. DICE and EA stopped trying to be themselves and started trying to be different games. They just try to combine, Battlefront and Overwatch and Call of Duty into one game, and then put Battlefield's name on the cover of it. And it didn't work out, in my opinion, because it doesn't. And this is the first time where I didn't buy a Battlefield game. Now, I've bought every Battlefield game on console. Just on a console Battlefield game I don't own, except Battlefield 5, and it's sad. EA right now is not in a good position to begin with. They're constantly canceling games, they're constantly closing studios, they're constantly making decisions that people are just like, what are you doing? They had that statement about multiplayer games, not multiplayer, but single player games not being, good. Single player, they're blaming the issue with single player and multiplayer on the fans and things like that. And it's like, EA, you're so out of touch. You care so much about money that you're ignoring your own product, and that is suffering. So they try to do all these things to Battlefield and it just takes away. Like, I'm scared for Battlefield Bad Company 3. Like, all of us who are Battlefield fans, we keep telling y'all we want Bad Company 3, but when we get it, will it be good, or will it just be another Battlefield 5? Will it be even dumber down? Like, what could we expect from Bad Company 3 that tells us it will be just like Bad Company 2? Because Bad Company 2 was a special game. Will it still be special if it gets a sequel? In my opinion, EA, if you're not gonna see this video, I'm pretty sure, because I'm not anyone important. I'm not some big YouTuber. I'm some guy who averages like 3 views a video and has 200 subscribers. So you're not gonna see this video, but I'm gonna say it as if you would. So EA, if you see this video, you should have like a little board meeting and talk about with your board and DICE what you guys want to actually do. Do you want to be successful in terms of a good game, or be successful in terms of you just made some money? Because gamers will always buy a franchise that they love. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, but at the same time, gamers will abandon a franchise they love if it dies. You don't believe me? Look at BioWare. BioWare was a beloved franchise, but because of Andromeda and the launch of Anthem, people have turned their back on BioWare. Look at Fallout 76. People have turned their back on Bethesda. Bethesda's a franchise where a studio where their games have always been buggy, have always been glitchy, but people didn't care because the games were good. People didn't care that Bethesda kept making buggy games, and they were always buggy games. Like, every Fallout game to date has been buggy as hell. Every Elder Scrolls game has been buggy as hell. The most polished Bethesda games are games that are like developed by Arcane Studios, like Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. Those are games that are fairly polished. But Bethesda Studios games, Fallout, Skyrim, not Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls, those games were buggy as hell, but we didn't care because the games were good. Now Fallout 76, that game's not good, so the bugs are noticeable. We don't want to play a game that's bad with bugs. So with you, EA, in these shooting games, we can tolerate certain things when it comes to your games like loot boxes and microtransactions if the game itself is good. You know, you made a good move when you said there'll be no paid DLC for Battlefield 5 and Anthem, but at the same time, the games have to be good. So next time you make a Battlefield game, don't have Rush as a limited time event mode. It's supposed to be one of the main modes of Battlefield, not a throwaway that you just add on every few months because hey, here's Rush, play it for a limited time. But anyways, guys, this video is going to wrap up since it's been almost 20 minutes and I'm pretty sure no one's watching 20-minute videos, so I'll catch you guys next time. I do hope you all enjoy. Leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below on the case of, you know, Battlefield's current situation, EA, and what you think Battlefield can do to get back to being what Battlefield used to be when it came to like Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3, even Battlefield 4. But since then, I don't think Battlefield's been good since Battlefield 4. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Again, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.